All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm pretty sure more people are going to be able to come in. So first of all, I would like to say, welcome to our first Q&A for Gen Makers. Today, our goal is to be able to describe and just kind of give some more information into exactly what Gen Makers is, a bit background of myself and Adam as well. And then we also just want to be able to open up the floor for questions. So we're going to be bringing people up to ask questions. So if you want to be able to, come up, if you guys know how to use Discord, I think at the bottom left-hand corner, if you're on mobile, I don't know exactly what it looks like on desktop, but I think you can like raise your hand and we can pull you up. Um, Maybe let's try it out for the first time. Cam, could you like try to see if we can pull you up really quickly just to see if it works? Yep, see if that works. All right, that works. All right, cool. So that's exactly how it
Yep.
moved. Can you could say what's up? What's up, man?
Not bad. Living a dream.
That's what's up. You over at Meta today?
Yes, sir. Trying to
Awesome.
change the world.
Awesome, man. Well, we got some questions for you too. But okay, so that's generally how the flow would go. So Adam, you want to kick us off? I know you had a little structure you wanted to add to it.
Yeah, sure. Hey everyone, glad you can join. I know it was it's midday, so we appreciate your time. We're not going to keep you forever. We just wanted to go through what GenMakers is, kind of the genesis of it, and then roadmap and whatnot from there. So I thought I could start with why GenMakers Network started, and part of that's through my background. So I've helped deep tech academic teams, corporate R&D and innovation labs, and into U.S. government defense and intelligence communities with their innovation initiatives. So if you pick a buzzword, I've probably done something in it. AI and machine learning and natural language processing to crypto and NFTs and blockchain, and so on. So from that experience, putting on some of the largest and coolest hackathons and innovation events in the world, I really got to understand communities, localized communities, but also digital communities. And this is a kind of a great question later for Def, who spawned that. What is the benefit of a digital community, or what we like to call a phygital community, digital and physical, with experiences? So I want to start it off there. Just in terms of what GenMakers is. We like to call ourselves the premier global media community and the trusted voice for modern culture. But what does that actually mean? From our perspective, culture is in everything, whether it's sports or music or Web3 technologies. This is all information and knowledge that everyone in some capacity encapsulates. And so our goal is to bring all of those people together so we can do interesting things, from experimentations and collaborations within Web3 and outside of Web3. So ultimately, that's what GenMakers is in kind of a nutshell. And we brought experts on stage with us today, and there are other members within our network already that help with all of those different channels, and we'll be adding more, and others will come in from there. I want to stop there though, and Dom, if you have anything to add.
Yeah. So generally, just like Adam said, we want to be able to create these spaces for intergenerational pioneers to kind of come in and collaborate and build like-minded projects, that we care about. One of the biggest things that, like George and I were talking about when Adam and I actually, we drew this up like a while ago when we went to a Launch House event out here in LA. If you're familiar with the space, Launch House is very similar to our initiatives here at GM. The only thing is that they do have a physical home that kind of created like cohorts of companies and projects that come out of Web3, crypto spaces and stuff like that. But one of the things that I noticed amongst my peers is that, we always talked about doing projects together. And our goal was to actually like kind of be about it. And Adam and I, we saw this as an opportunity to just really bring all these people into one space and see what we can kind of push out. Like, so we're talking about different events. We're talking like these type of discussions. Let's think about projects. I know George brought a project to me a while back that he wanted some input on. So I'm actually able to give a bit of my advice on the space as well, just, based on my background. And I can go, briefly into that. So back in 2014, I was actually able to start a company called Greedy on campus of UNT. You guys may or not be familiar with it, but today you use like Uber Eats, you use Grubhub, or Favor, just depending on where you are in the country. We were actually one of the first companies that was on the cusp of on-demand food delivery. We were launching about maybe like 2 weeks after DoorDash. Those guys out in San Francisco. Granted, they had a larger funding background from Sequoia. We did very well amongst the Treehouse and the Capital Factories and the DEC Innovation Centers out of Dallas. I was actually able to sell that company and move to LA and start a pretty successful advertising agency where we worked with clients like Ghost Gym, John Reed Fitness, Samsung, you name it, generally anyone in the alcohol space with Diageo, Maker's Mark, all those fun guys. So we were doing events, influencer advertising. We also managed a few influencers as well. If you're familiar with Blame It by Quay, he's probably like one of the largest influencers in the space. Broker deals with like Foot Locker, Chevrolet, etc. Generally focusing on bringing brands into the culture. So Adam and our backgrounds every day is working with brands at our company Mainstream, where we both are the co-CEOs. So generally every day, this is what we're doing. And we want to be able to kind of bring these resources back to individuals that not only that we care about, that we deem, like I said, like-minded. D'Angelo just texted me. He's like, he didn't know we worked on Blame It on Quay. Yes, we are actually the founders of that brand, Blame It on Quay at Influence. So little history of that. But I'm gonna give the mic over to Kevin, and we, like I said, we want to just keep this as an open discussion, and anyone can be able to ask us questions.
Appreciate it, Dom. Yeah, I think honestly, easiest way to sum up everything, at least from my end on the day, is here to listen, here to learn, and here to hopefully do the same for others. Come from Tencent alumni, over 10 years in the gaming and esports space, coming up on my 10 years in the nonprofit space. One exit in my early 20s with 2 rounds assisted with, and Techstars Seattle walkthrough for one of my clients as well. I cover a wide range of specialties whenever it comes to focuses, ranging from nonprofits to paid media and advertising. But I think the commonality, and one of the reasons why, Dom and Adam and the Gin Makers project resonated so well with me, outside the fact that I love working with Dom and Adam. Their projects have helped support some of my nonprofits, and they're even working with some of them as we speak. But it really comes down to building community. The sense of community in a digital age is one that you would think is one of the most connected and well understood, but admittedly, we're in one of our most detached and fragmented states ever nowadays post-COVID. The effect this has on mental health, on suicidality amongst special groups, whether they be veterans or minority stakeholders in our culture, is really, really shocking and unfortunate. And the only way that we can really address that is by having meetings like these, talking about things publicly, sharing knowledge, building those bridges towards what should be a more centralized and shared culture in the future. So really excited to be here today. Appreciate the invitation and folks taking the time to come out and listen. If anyone has questions, any projects they would like help with, if anything I said resonates with you, please feel free to reach out by my DMs, or feel free to reach out to Dom and Adam. They'll gladly connect you with me. So thanks for the time.
Yeah, and I also want to introduce D'Angelo, guys. I know you've seen him post quite a bit. D'Angelo actually works here at Mainstream with us on a daily basis. And D'Angelo, I'll just give you a brief moment to introduce yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Yes, I work marketing with Mainstream alongside Dom and Adam. I'm very excited to be here, very excited to see the community grow and continue to develop. My background is in communications and PR, and I also have a master's degree in data analytics. Some of my points of connection, back in Dallas, I worked out of some engineering and innovation centers from SMU, and we did a lot of work, looking at disadvantaged communities in South and West Dallas. We looked at how to, address some of the resource concerns that, are present in South and West Dallas. Some of my passion, combines the communication aspect with the data aspect. As the numbers, continue to roll in with statistics of different areas across the nation, something I'm very passionate about is, building up the story and the narrative to humanize those numbers more and more as time goes on. And something that Kevin mentioned that I really enjoyed is, we know that community is very vulnerable right now during this time, especially with COVID and the effects of all of that. And so I'm very excited for the conversations, about how we're impacting community, how we can help, address really, real issues in disadvantaged communities and, just better general connectivity overall. And so I'm very excited to continue to learn and to continue to help this organization develop. And I'm excited to be here.
Angelo, Annette told me to tell you that you're awesome and she hopes you're having a great day.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right, so I think this, it's a good time to dive into it. Let's just open up the floor for some questions. I know we had some questions in, I think, general yesterday.
We did. So if you are new to Discord stages, there should be a button. Depending on if you're using mobile or a desktop, I'm not sure where it will be, but you can request to speak or raise your hand. There's a button with a little hand to show that you want to speak and have a question, if that helps. If not, we can go on and answer some of the questions that have been asked.
I can kick us off with a quick question if you want, Adam. I got one for you.
Sure.
If folks are new to the community and they're looking to establish a new space to talk about a certain subject or an area of interest that they feel might be popular but might be dominating a separate specific channel, is there a process that we have to bring a new channel into life or to suggest one?
We do. We actually have a channel called Idea Lab, which is for suggestions, not just for other potential channels, but other things related to Discord. So you'll see that the book club actually came out of that. So I would head to the Idea Lab if you have any suggestions on what we can add in terms of channels or bots or initiatives to be able to do that. And also, we will start these Discord stages for some of the Collectives Unplugged channels. So you're going to start to see those in the next few weeks, and those will keep rolling in as we find leaders for those events.
Definitely not typing out recommendations now as we speak.
No worries.
Looks like we have Daphne raising her hand.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you really well.
I can't hear anybody.
Oh no. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Maybe your headset is off for your speaker. I think if you drag it up, are you on your phone? If you are, I think if you drag it up, you can actually hit the button to have your phone actually be on speaker rather than it being your actual putting your phone to your ear. You can I guess.
It looks like she's gonna rejoin.
Okay.
And no worries. I sometimes have that same thing when I join Discord. I have so many different audio things that are plugged in, so it's not necessarily sure which one it wants to pick.
Yeah, that's the most annoying part. You would definitely have to outsource your your device to speaker.
Yeah. Oh. And again, if you have any questions, you should just request to speak. It's a little hand that looks up, and then if we see that, we can invite you up to speak.
I'll have another one out here for you, Adam, for the meantime.
Sure.
From a North Star direction standpoint, what is one thing that you personally, and Dom, feel free to answer this one as well, hope that Gen Makers is able to achieve in 2022?
Yeah, I'll jump on and say that. My biggest thing I'm going to say is collaborative environments. I mean, access. One of the words that I took very serious last year was access, and making sure that we were able to provide opportunities to people who are not even in the space. And I think that was one of the things that we cared about a lot with this group. That's why we kind of wanted to create different resources to, be able to bring you into Web3, like being able to create a wallet with Phantom. I think there's a really big education barrier that we're going to be able to have to overcome in the community. So we want to be able to provide more educational resources on, being able to just show you guys what's possibilities in Web3. So that's the biggest thing, is just, being able to connect with you guys and, showcase those resources.
Were you able, or Daphne, were you able to get your audio linked up? If not, feel free to shoot the question in general, and we can answer it here as well. And that goes for anyone else if you're having some trouble. So while they're doing that, I wanted to talk about our roadmap. Hopefully you all have seen what we plan on doing, but if not...
Wait, 1 second, Adam. 1 second, Adam. You got to answer Kevin's question.
Oh, what was Kevin's question?
In a North Star, what would you looking to personally accomplish as Gen Maker this year?
Yeah, so for me, it's bringing in brands that want to interact with the members for a loyalty rewards program. We want to be able to give access directly to members for those types of things. Also, we do plan on holding physical events, which will allow us all to meet in person, which is really important, not just for me, but for Dom and other people already in the community. So we do plan on hosting those within culture events that are happening throughout the year. So, we're thinking maybe 3 or 4 a year to be able to do that. So my goal is to get to know everyone on a personal level, and for you to get to know me, whether that's in a physical or digital space.
Cool. I think we pulled someone up, KJ Law 27. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I just had a quick question. I guess it's 2 parts. So first, I know the Phantom wallet is the wallet we're using because everything's being built on Sol right now. But I guess, I don't know, let's say this is a very far out question, 2-3 years from now, will there ever be a way that you guys think we would build on something else? I don't know, Phantom or another coin, anything like that? Or is Sol going to be what the Gen Makers ecosystem is built on?
So as of right now, Sol is going to be the ecosystem that we're built on. But that being said, I do see possibilities in the future through experimentation that we might look at doing it on another type of blockchain, depending on the use case.
Okay, yeah, that's what I imagined. That was just general curiosity, because things I've been reading, that thing I put in the Web3 collective one, where it's everyone's building different things on blockchains. I just didn't know are different L1s. I didn't know if we are gonna try spread it out. Just curiosity, something I've been thinking of, and was this is a good time to ask that. And then also the Phantom wallet. If I have an Exodus wallet, I could have my coins in there, right? Does it have to be the Phantom wallet?
No, you're absolutely right. If it's a Solana-based wallet, then 100% you can use that. Phantom is just the easiest for most people. You seem like you're might be an advanced user here. So for anyone else that might be new to it, we just recommend Phantom because it's easy to set up, get your wallet, and go from there. But yeah, it supports any Solana wallet.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hey Daphne, are you able to answer a question?
Yes. Sorry,
Oh, so good to hear you.
It's giving Clubhouse. I could not figure it out for a second. So
Love the energy that you answered yes with there, Daphne. That just made my morning. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. My name is Daphne. In case you guys were trying to figure out how to say it, it's spelled differently. But I did pose my question in the general chat yesterday, and really just trying to understand how we, as community members, share Gen Makers out to our peers in our community that could benefit from Gen Makers, as well as be beneficial to the community. And I'm asking this question from a place of just being new to Web3 and still learning, DAOs and NFTs and crypto and all of that. And so I don't know, like, is there like a guide, or like, how do we sell this to others?
Ooh, Adam, Dom, you mind if I give a newbie response?
Yeah, I think it's a three-part answer to that. You go first, then Adam, and then I'll go.
So I won't speak on behalf of Gym Makers by any means, but I will say, as someone that up until probably 6 months ago, when Adam deigned that I was worthy of his late night link sharing and education messages, would say that the biggest thing that I would probably air quotes sell Gym Makers on to my friends or fellow professionals is just learning opportunity. I think it's probably one of the most low cost, easy to communicate and have direct feedback and conversation with communities that I've seen. And I've maxed out the Discord server list on 3 separate accounts over the last 2 years. So I'll obviously let Adam and Dom type in there, but I would say like that would be the first thing I'd ever tell anyone, because there's such a range of amazingly smart, talented, and passionate people in the server that I would find it very hard not to feel extremely welcomed and not patronized or put down by members of the community. So that personally would be one of the biggest things the community guy would share, because I think there's a lot of communities out there, but very few I have found that have an open and honest discourse with a passion for sharing and lifting up and honestly building a better next community day tomorrow. So just my thoughts.
I don't think I can say it any better than Kevin did. So, Dom, if you want to chime in.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly that's it. Kevin, you hit it right on the head. And I was just talking about from my personal ask. Like, I have friends that ask about business advice quite often, where I didn't have enough time to potentially like connect with everyone on an individual basis. And I was just like, there's nothing really that special about me. I just connect with people who are in my network. So I was like, how can I start to share my network with my friends that are not, the fake share network like LinkedIn or where Instagram, where there's the confusion on if there's our social responsibility versus our professional, image responsibility. So we wanted to create a space where we can kind of come in and actually move the needle, actually get some work done. So if you're talking to someone on the outside of, what's the value of becoming a Gen Maker member, I think you compared it to like a physical elite club. Well, let's think Soho House, right? So you go to Soho House outside of, them having their bar. I mean, what do you go to Soho House for? You go to connect with like-minded individuals, and you're going to pay about $6,000 a year to do that. And we've created this, this hybrid approach to where now you can connect in IRL physical spaces and experiences that we build for you. And you have this kind of virtual metaverse, community where we start to connect and talk, and we build on a daily basis as well. So that's the value that I see, and it's been very much an easy sell. And one of the things that I've always told people from the beginning of Gen Makers that we don't really want to sell it. It's a lifestyle, if we want to be able to share this membership opportunity with individuals where they can come in and take advantage of the resources that we're providing. I know we were launching a project called Kinfolk soon. This is a place where kinfolk can come inside of it and learn how to properly build a DAO with the resources that we can provide at GenMaker. So does that answer the question, Daphne?
Yes, yes. That answers my question. Those are really good answers. And that helps me, share with my network, the value of gen makers not being, a physical, like it's like a physical entity. So that's what I was kind of struggling with. So thank you.
No problem. And like I said, we like to say phygital. It's physical and digital. We combine the physical and digital worlds to kind of create our universe. So you'll start to see a lot of physical aspects, and you'll be like, "Well, damn, we might as well open up a building, right?" And who says that GenMaker won't open up buildings? We're talking to co-working spaces to see if we can get designated areas, potentially as well for members. We want to be able to cater to that nomad, this new work-life balance that we've kind of seen happen out of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. A lot of people are working from home now. I was talking to someone who works at Meta, and she was saying, "Well, I don't leave my house." And I was like, "So how do you connect with people? Like in work, we still need that cooler talk. We still need that ability to connect with people in real life that are professional and like-minded, and we're not turning up all the time, right? And trust me, we're gonna turn up too." So hopefully that answers the question. You want to open up the floor to some more questions? I see Trey Rapid in there. I see anyone else want to shoot some questions? Joe, pull you up. I'm calling y'all out now.
Could I jump on top of Daphne's question for a sec?
Absolutely.
So thank you guys very much for introducing me to space. I've been lucky enough between Dom and Adam and George to hook up with you guys. I love the idea behind the project. And kind of going back to what Daphne was saying, when we spoke offline, you guys have basically so far been developing this like as an invite-only program. I think. I correct me if I'm wrong. And in order to build, the community kind of from the leader, you bring in the leaders first, and then open it up to more like-minded individuals. Is this? Would I be allowed to invite people into the Discord? George he was nice enough to send me the website today, which looks great, by the way. Am I allowed to share that? I don't know how close to the vest you guys are keeping this before, because I'd like to bring it to my network as well. I just don't know where you guys are at as far as that process.
Actually, after tonight, the public site will be open. We want to give first access to our whitelist members, but no, you guys are actually open to share this thing. We're going to be launching a referral program too. We want to be able to compensate people who are bringing in individuals to the community too. So yes, this is very open now.
Awesome, thank you.
No doubt. So any more questions? Like I said, guys, we're at 34 minutes in. The goal is just to keep it kind of like high touch, and just kind of be able to answer some questions. Do I see Henry down there too? Yeah, it is. You got some questions, Henry?
Yeah, go ahead and call him out.
Yeah, I'm calling him out. Let's invite him to speak. He's probably going to be our sports guy on Sundays, yo.
Absolutely.
He goes by a different name. I also want to open up the floor to anyone else, though. Seriously, like any questions, guys? Any questions about our minting process, our roadmap? Adam, I know you said you wanted to run through the roadmap really quick.
Yeah, I can. Otherwise, if you go to the website, you can actually see that right there. So that might also be helpful. It's just reiterating everything that we've already discussed.
One thing I'd love to throw out there, because there's some insanely talented people in here that have really diverse networks. Just last week, the DSP I work for was elected in some of the top places to work in the digital ed spaces by EdAge. We just opened up over 200 job listings across the US, Canada, the UK, Singapore, and Australia. If you or anyone you know would be interested, please take a look at that in the job opportunities channel and let me know. It's a really, really wide range of jobs too. I just ask, don't apply. Let me know. I will gladly walk you through the internal referral process if you're a member of GenMakers, simply because the quality and the breadth of people here is much, much higher than the average, and I want to make sure you get the right attention. But wanted to at least give that opportunity back to the people here, since Adam and Dom created this awesome opportunity for all of us to connect.
Absolutely. Appreciate that, Kevin, too. And Brandon Jackson, he's actually the director at Streamlytics. He's actually hiring for 3 positions as well. That's in the hiring job opportunities channel. Guys, please take advantage of these opportunities. These are actually the hiring directing managers right now that's looking for talent. So if you're looking for anything, or if you're also looking for candidates, please post inside of there. Take advantage of these resources. Okay. I think that'll be it then. So no one has any additional questions. We would like to say that the Minting website will be live this evening. You can actually purchase your GenMaker membership right now. And yeah, guys, we'll see you on the other side.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you, everyone.